As we begin this 6 o'clock hour with you all, we're going right out to Gaucher and all the Celebrate Cities fun with our very own Rob Knight. Good morning to you, Rob.
Hey, good morning, Ansley. Good morning, South Mississippi. Here we are. It's known as live television. You know, one of the famous last words about live television, what can possibly go wrong?
Everything.
There you go. But we make it fun. You know, we're laid back here in South Mississippi. And folks, this morning we are in Gaucher, Nature's Playground. I mean, we are on Gaucher Van Cleve Road. I talk about this spot so often with our MDOT traffic cams and just using it as reference point. But you want to know what a better reference point is? Delos' Heavenly House of Coffee. You know Ms. Delorise Nettles. You met her last November. We were in Pascagoula at the Grand Magnolia Ballroom.
Yes.
Ms. Delorise, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate having you here at Delos.
Well, and also thank you for that delicious coffee. I've already downed about 3/4 of it. And I love the signs around here. The one of my favorite that we talked about is drink coffee, do stupid things faster and more energetically.
That one is really good, and everybody loves that one. Every time they come in, they take pictures of it.
You know what I love about this place? A couple of things.
Okay.
Number one, of course, you, the owner. It was
you so
such
very
a
much.
pleasure talking with you the last time. The location.
Absolutely wonderful. I'm just a block from Mississippi Gulf Coast Community College. The kids come over, go upstairs and study. People come have meetings upstairs. I mean, it's basically heaven.
And, you know, speaking of the upstairs, I went up there and I told you, it's like somebody's living room up there. It looks so very, very comfortable. What you would think a coffee house would be compared to something, let me run in, pay my money, get my coffee and run out.
That's exactly right, and that's the thing about this. It's home. If you go around and look around, you see community here. Right over there, there's a little statue of a friend that passed away, Jim Brooks, who was a friend and said and told me I needed a shelf for people to put their coffee on when they walked out the door. So here we go. We have a shelf just for Jim, just so I can remember him and I can tell the story about him. I look over here and there's a picture of a young lady that went to school at Mississippi Gulf Coast. She made 2 of those pictures and she left them in my window, so I framed them. Picture right down here is one of my guests that would stand upstairs right after Katrina, and he made this picture just for me, and it's from the Book of Ruth.
Okay.
About the gathering, the lady that gathered.
Yeah.
And he gave me that in memory of me because he felt like I gathered people in here. And on one hand, it is like fishing. You know, God says be fishermen of men. How do we do that? And sometimes I do it through here.
Wow, that is lovely. It doesn't always have to be fish, right? It can be coffee as well.
That's right, because I give you a hug with your cup.
That's really, I didn't get a hug with my cup, just
Yes,
to let
you
you
do.
know.
Exactly.
Before I leave out of here, I've got to get my hug.
Okay.
I already have my cup. Miss Delorise, you know, we talked to you in November, and you've got some stuff in here as well. You know, what I've seen from you is determination, perseverance.
Quitting is not an option. And, you know, Katrina brings everything. It brought ups and downs. It brought some great ups for me. But business in general, there's ups and downs. It is a roller coaster. And the kicker is holding on and enjoying the ride. And I enjoy every part of this day. Sometimes it's crazy, but when it's not crazy, I sit out front, have a cup of coffee, and act as though I have nothing else going on except for enjoying that moment.
Not only do you live right around the corner, what you were saying, you live in walking distance, but, you know, when you're, like you said, when you're not terribly busy, you can sit outside, enjoy the weather, not to mention go up there, turn the lock on the key, and just kind of lay down on the couch.
That's exactly right. Just take a little nap and nobody knows the difference.
Now, you said you opened up in Katrina, 2005, a month before Katrina.
That's correct.
We were devastated everywhere throughout the Gulf South. If you lived through this, you know we were devastating. We were just a pile of rubble down here in South Mississippi. The perseverance, the strength of locals came back with help of people like you that not only dealt with your own issues, but continue to provide a spot for others to come, refreshment, a place to congregate, gather, a place to take a breath. How difficult was that time frame?
Well, it was difficult in getting product. It was difficult in making sure that we could provide all needs because we didn't have water initially. There was lots of things that we had to adjust. And you know, the word is pivot. How do you pivot to make it happen? And so that's what we did. During Katrina, we had people from all over the country, basically all over the world here in the city of Gaucher. And we had to provide a need because they had to leave here and go across the coast to help other people. And I'm just grateful that I just happened to be one of the businesses open at that time to be able to provide that need.
That is wonderful. Ms. Deloris, can you believe 5 minutes just went by?
I cannot believe 5 minutes just went by, but it's a good 5 minutes.
We've got another 5 minutes coming up around 8 o'clock. We're going to talk to you a little bit more. But amazing woman, amazing place here in South Mississippi, Gaucher Van Cleve Road. As a matter of fact, if you live in Gaucher, if you don't stop by to say hello to Miss Nettles, myself, and EJ before going to work, we're going to have problems, all right? I want you people to come on down, say hello to us, say hello to Miss Nettles, and then you can be on your way after that. Take about 5 minutes of your time to take a breath. It's a quaint little place. You got to see more of this. We're going to talk a little bit more coming up in just a bit. But reporting right now for Celebrate Cities and News 25, live from where you live in Gaucher, I'm Rob Knight.